one, the one, the one, the one.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya al mursalin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We thank Allah. Tonight we can gather here, inshallah, in the gathering of zikr, the gathering of remembrance of Allah, and also learning the deen. And we also send our salutations and blessings to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tonight's topic is the second pillar of Islam, which is the belief in the angels. And tonight we're going to talk about four things today. Inshallah, we will cover that probably around 45 minutes. If I can manage myself not to talk a bit sort of out of tangent. I tend to talk a bit more sometimes, so I'll try to stick myself around. Finish around 45 minutes, and we probably have another sort of a questions and answer. All right, the four things we're gonna talk to tonight. The first one is about the main principles belief, why we have to believe this, and then the main principles, and then how we're gonna go about if we talk about angels. The second part is we're gonna talk about who the angels are, where they are created from, and who they are and everything. So the physical appearance, the functions, why they're created by Allah and stuff like that. So it's on the second topic. The third topic will be we cover some of the stories, the lots and lots of stories about angels. So inshallah we cover some of them and we try to relate them to our life, inshallah. And the last part will be what is the benefit for us for having these angels and having the belief to these angels, inshallah. All right, before I start, I want to tell you a little bit of story. It probably happened about 6 years ago, and it was sort of, when it happened, it didn't actually occur to me, but after a few months, after almost a year, then I sort of thought about, wow, it sort of hit me as well. So it was probably happened about 6 years ago, and I was blessed to attend, not to attend, to do Umrah. And I was in the Masjid Nabawi at that time, the Prophet Mosque, and I was just finished my Zuhr. I don't know whether it's Zuhr or Asar. I just finished my Zuhr, and when I was walking by, and I saw this gentleman, who's probably is a sort of old age gentleman, and he's from Indonesia as well. And his pocket is sort of beeping, right? So, his pocket's sort of beeping, and then I asked, "Excuse me, sir, I think your phone ringing," and then he picked up his phone and said thank you to me, and then said, before we know, we start talking, and I start talking, and then so yeah, I was just with some Indonesian friends in here. So we're sort of a group of, most Indonesians when they do Umrah, they have a group of people like 20, 30 people. They've never been separated. So I come with the group, and this group just left me today because I overslept. So here I am by myself now, and I don't speak English and so on. So all right, so what are you gonna do? I don't have anything to do. So what about this? I said, let's just go around this mosque, right? And I saw you. Then have you been to the Raudah, the grave of Prophet Muhammad? So, no, let me come with you. So we walked there, and I explained to him about, this is the pillar. This is where Bilal make the azan and everything, and walk. We spent almost about 2 hours, right, from Zuhr until Asar, and then we walked there, and this old man really enjoying my story, and because I like story, but I like Sirah as well, the autobiography of Rasulullah SAW, the biography of Rasulullah. And then when we walk, and I told the story and the stories, he's really into it. And then when we finished, probably after 2 hours, and it's sort of looking at me, and I said, you know what? Um, I just retired from my job for about, Walaikum salam, for about 2 or 3 years ago, and I never thought that I would be doing Umrah. So just that, what I did, probably my previous office called me up and said, so we have some some extra spending, and we decided to send someone to do Umrah, and I was one of them. And I was really, really blessed. I never thought that I was going to come here to see the masjid of our Prophet, and I was really, really blessed. So he was then, and start shaking and start crying as well. And then today I usually woke up early, but somehow I didn't wake up, and I got to meet you, and I was spending 2 hours with you. I never see this religion. It's really beautiful. The way you explain it to me and everything is really touching me. And I start crying. And then he hugged me. And then after he hugged me, and he says, "Are you an angel?" He said it to me. And I says, I was gonna say, yeah, yes, I'm Jibril and you're the last prophet. No, he says, no, no, I'm just human being like you. What happened? No, we just everything hit, right? So why I told you this story? Because sometimes if we don't learn about the way we should be learning about all the about angels, and then we let Hollywood teach us about what angels are, and we let people around us. Just before yesterday's, I just did some googling, and I found when I just type angels or Malaa'ikah, I found just different variety of angels. If you look at here, right, this is from one of the painting from the Byzantine is a what is that? Jibril alayhi salam. And if you say here in the middle here, right, picture in the middle here, this is the name of the picture is Muhammad and Gabriel, right? So this is people, and he was in made painting in the 1307, right? And if you continue searching, and I found these three little, there's called angels as well. So there's a lot of narrations about angel. And then interestingly, there's one particular Islamic website I found, which is quite popular, and they have a stories about Jibril, and they put this picture here, right here in the picture in the middle. It's like almost like human there, right? And if you look at here, right on the top corner there, on the right hand, this is like a sort of angels looking after some things. Right? And I have to put these pictures. I don't know because I still remember I was watching black and white TV. Black and white TV. I don't know whether, so that sort of tells my age as well. Right. I remember there was at that time was the TV was not playing 24 hours. It's probably like starting from 5 o'clock until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. There was a black and white TV, and every Sunday there was a very good TV show. It's called Little House on the Prairie. This start by this gentleman here, Michael Landon. I don't know where he is right now, but this TV show is very very popular because there's only TV shows. We have the big sort of massive Indonesia like that. There's only one TV show, right? So everyone watching them. So this person, after this TV series, because it's a popular TV series, he makes a TV series called Highway to Heaven. And in this story, he becomes an angel. And he just walk around the cities in US and helping people. So I was a kid at the time, probably like during my elementary school and stuff. I grew up watching and imagining that angels are white men, homeless white men walking around, right, trying helping people, the poor and so on. So that sticks in memory for quite some time. So this is where if we don't learn the proper way, and then we let Hollywood teach us, right? So this one of the there's now at that now I realize what is the sort of the negative about having watching movies and so on, because it actually sticks in your memories. A lot of things that actually I think everyone agrees, and what you watch while you in still young age is still stick in the memory. All right, so that's so Malaikat or Malak, the plural form of Malak is the singular form is Malak, and then the plural form is Malaikat. Is in English is angels. Is a part of the ilm al ghaib, which is the knowledge of the unseen. I don't normally call knowledge unseen, probably knowledge of the unperceivable or comprehensible. So if it comes to knowledge of the unseen, so our source, it cannot be our imaginations. If you see that imaginations, people are coming back like three little angels, and angels is exactly like a human, like a shape of ladies and so on, right? So it cannot be the source of informations about angels, cannot be coming from your intelligence, how smart you are, how savvy you are in technologies, everything, you will not be able to describe what angels should look like. Whether they have only one wing, two wings, and three wings, you cannot. And angels is not stories that we hear from our fathers and or legends and folks, whatever folklores and stories. Those are not angels. Because this is ilm al-ghaib, because this is knowledge of the unseen, the only single source of truth, this only single source of information about angels is only from Al-Quran and the Sunnah. That's the only reference. So I think I'm gonna probably spend some time for another half an hour talk about various things, but I think the takeaway items that I need everyone to come to leave this room with is that anything about angels, anything about ilm al-ghaib in general, the reference is only one. The reference is only from Rasulullah SAW, is from the Quran, right? So that's the only the authentic hadith. We cannot hear whether the stories, whether it's I really saw the angels where you are in my backyard. We cannot take that, right? What the angels look like, you can see the pictures. Even people make pictures of Rasulullah SAW with the angel Jibril, right? So we cannot take that. Why? Because it is part of our akidah. It's part of our basic tenet that anything about angels, anything about ilm al-ghaib in general, anything about Allah, right? Anything about hellfire, anything about paradise, anything about is all coming from the single source. This is what our religion teaches. Right? Okay, now let's go into um, details about what the angels are and how they're created and so on. Okay, there is a Sahih Muslim. I saw radiallahu report has been reported to say that Rasulullah SAW says, "Khuliqatil malaikatu min nur," that the angels actually created from nur, from light, and then wa khalatal jannah min marijin min nar, and then the jinn is created from fire. Right. So this from Sahih Muslim, and apparently angels are created way before human were created. So if you remember one of the Quran, what is called wa is qala rabbaka lil malaikati inni ja'ilu fil ardi khalifa. I will create human. I will create human. Will be khalifa on this earth. And then all the angels make a protest. Why we need to create another human being that will make fasad, that will make bloodshed and so on. So that tells us that we human actually created after the angels. Angels comes in. There's many narrations in our hadith, in hadith of Rasulullah SAW, that angels comes in a great size. There's one of them is Rasulullah says when he just first saw Jibril, like they cover the whole horizon. It's so big and so massive. This is the original form of angel Jibril. There's also the angels of that live in the throne of Allah, right? And there's a narrations from Rasulullah SAW that the distance between from the earlobe to the shoulders is 700 years of journey. So you can imagine that this is really beyond our imagination. So if someone can sort of pictures what the angels look like, this is really sort of nonsense. We cannot picture that. We just only fantasize about that, but we surely cannot think about how big it is. 700 years from just earlobe to here, right? And then is also captures in Quran, Surah Fatir, number one, that angels, one of the unique identity of the angels, they come with wings. So there's always wings in there. But how many wings? 2, 3, 4 is up to Allah. Up to Allah. So even Malik Jibril has about 600 wings. Okay, this is the ayat that I mentioned before. Wa is qala rabbuka lil malaikati inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa. Then I want to create this human being as a khalifa. And then everyone's protest, Ya Allah, why we always praise you, we always make tasbih to you, why? And Allah says, Inni a'lamu ma la ta'lamun, I know what you don't know. So this is the why we created in here. I think everyone knows. Ma khalaqta janna wal insi illa liya'budun. We created only to worship Allah. All right. So what are the angels? The angels, some of the characteristics of the angels, they are creations of beauty, right? if you remember the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, the story of when um, when Yusuf was walking in the area where all the ladies are out and using what do you call that, using um, knife, yeah, the wife, and they use knife to cut the fruit, and they all says, oh, this is not human, this is really angel, and they cut their fingers. Everyone heard the story, right? Yeah. There's actually three stories, three narrations. I don't know whether I should share this as well. It's very interesting. When I was looking into this, I found it's actually three versions of the story of this. The first story was, this is Zulayka was very upset, right? Because it is everyone talk in the city that, you're looking up, you look into your servant boy and so on. So he invited all the ladies in the city. So prepare the knife and the fruit. So when they start peeling the fruit, and they call Yusuf, please come out, and then Yusuf come out. There's one version of the story is that everyone cut their fingers because, look at this, is not human. This is angel. It's a beautiful angel, right? But there's also another narration that when Yusuf came out and someone just cut. Oh, look at this bleeding, and let help him. Help this Yusuf, come here and help. And when she got help, everyone said, oh, look at that. There's a beautiful boy and beautiful male. I want to cut my fingers as well. So there's a couple of narrations like that. Is everything so chaotic, right? So because of this beautiful Yusuf, that they think this is angel. So it's always, yeah. Now, because angel is always, that's why it's in English. In English, the word angels.
They have changed the whole story into
Yeah.
what is that? Like a
Into like a folklore.
Bollywood,
Yeah, yeah,
Bollywood
yeah.
movie
But
like
the story I heard is actually from sort of authentic resources as well. Not like that. Yeah. But I think the main point is about the creations of beauty. Um, Even the word angels in English is actually two meanings. One is Malaa'ikah, it's also the beautiful lady as well. So it's always related to no eating, no drinking, no drinking. So the angels, not like us, there's no need for them to have families, to eat, to drink. And they are angels that created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then the purpose of these angels is only to make ruku, only to make sujud, only to make tasbih. And then from the day of they were created until the end of the day, that's all they do, right? They don't do anything else other than that, and they do it without any feeling bored, any feeling tired, and no weakness at all. So this part of the, how many of them? Apparently more than human being, right? So there's a narrations about at least four angels assigned to us. One left, one right, and then one in front of you and one at the back of you. At least four. Right? So if we have how many people here, just multiply by four. That's at least the number of angels. And there's a narrations from Rasulullah SAW that above above the Kaaba there is something called Baitul Maqmur, which is almost like another Kaaba, but is for the angels. For another like a masjid is called Baitul Maqmur. Every day 70,000 of angels come there, and they will never come again. So there's only 70,000. And even one of the narrations of Rasulullah SAW said that the space, nothing more than 4 fingers except is filled by angels. So it's all angels and all angels. What is it benefit for us? Sometimes when I grew up in some of the traditions is I don't go there. Our parents like to scare us. Don't do that. There's a police there. Don't go. There's a thief there. Don't go. There's a Satan there. And then sometimes people still they bring up with the fear inside. Um, we used to teach them. Now we cannot do that anymore, right? So we used to think about there is actually more angels than jinn, than shayateen, and so on. All right. So this is the narrations about the Zulayka, which is the story. The Zulayka herself is the wife of the Aziz, the wife of the minister. So this is lillahi ma haza basarin. So this is not human. Illa malakul karim. This is definitely an angel, noble angel. So this is the story about Zulayka. All right. One of the key important things about angel is that angel has no free will. Right? We human and jinns are provided free will, and then it's up to us whether we want to obey Allah or disobey Allah. Angels do not have that choice. They are creatures of obedience. They're created by Allah just to obey Allah. So there's a different. Some of the powers of the angels that they can take human forms. There's a lot of narrations about angels take human forms. Like for example, as a perfect man, when it comes to Maryam alayhi salam, and they mentioned that you are pregnant. How can I be pregnant? I've never been touched by man. So this angel come to her. There's also angels comes with a beautiful young man come to Prophet Ibrahim. This is before they come to Lut to inform them there's going to be destroyed, right? So when these prophets come as a human and come to Ibrahim, Ibrahim as a noble prophet prepare some food for them, right? And then they never touch it, and then tell them we're going to the Qaum Lut, the nations of Lut, and then we're going to have some hisab in there. Yeah. Jibril also appeared to be one of the most handsome men in Medina, Di al Kalbi. So there's Jibril. This captures in Sahih Muslim. What are the names of the angels? Of course, definitely Jibril is number one. I don't know everyone knows that. If you look at some names of the angels start with Il or El, like Jibril, Mikael, Israfil, right? So apparently the word El is actually from Hebrew words, the same as the word Ilah. So the word Il or El is actually means Ilah or Allah. So Jibril, there's a narration, there's meaning some things like Abdullah, or the slave of Allah. That's Mikael is actually Ubaidullah. So it's actually the root is actually a Hebrew word. The other names of Jibril is Ar-Ruh, 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 Ar-Ruh Al-Amin, Al-Amin, and Mikael is another angel. And Israfil in English is Raphael. I just found out a few months ago. The name of Israfil in English is Raphael. Israfil and Malak al-Maut. Malakul maut allazi wukila bikum summa ila rabbikum turja'un. This is some of the names. I don't know whether everyone has heard the name of Azrael. Apparently, Azrael is not in our narration. So it's a Israeliyat. It's a source is Israeliyat. Azrael is an angel of death. It's a Malak al Maut. And there is another angel called the Angel of Mercy of Malak al Rahmat. I don't know whether everyone has heard that before. Malak al Azab. Anyone has heard before? If you remember the story about a person who killed 99 people, have you heard that before? That's a story. This is one of the stories that I really like to share. Um, the story goes, there was one person who has killed about 99 people, and then one day he wanted to make tawbah, and then he came to one of the worshipping place. Apparently, this person asked, I want to make tawbah. How can I do that? No, you cannot do that. You have killed 99 people. There's no way you can do that. And then he killed that person. So he killed 100, right? Then what happened after a few months? This person want to make tawbah again. So now he came to the same worshipping place or different worshipping place. But this has more knowledge. So of course you can make tawbah. Allah will forgive you. But in order for you to make tawbah, you have to leave the city and you have to go a place where you can learn. You can probably develop your deen and so on. So that's what he did. He went there, but halfway through the journey, he passed away and he died. So apparently, every time we die, every time a person dies, there's always another malaika, another angel come that will bring the soul So if that person is bound to go to Jannah, then Malaikat Rahmat will come. If that person is bound to go to hellfire, then the Malaikat Azab will come. But this time, both angels came. Okay, this guy, this soul belong to me. No, this soul belong to me. This soul belong to me. They have argues, and so they went back to Allah and says, if you measure the distance of this person, if they're close to the original city, then they belong to hellfire. If they're close to the destination, those belong to paradise, to Jannah. Then the angel came down. But before the angel came down, this is where actually it really shocked me when I first heard. Allah told the earth to shift so that this person is closer to destination. Subhanallah.
Like from Hong Kong gate to China gate.
Yes.
Wherever it is the pass,
Yeah.
it have to be that side or this side.
Yeah. So this is the mercy of Allah. Yeah, it's the mercy of Allah. So this is the Malak al Rahmat and Malak al Azab. Ridwan and Malik. I think Ridwan is the guardian of the paradise, and Malik is the guardian of hellfire. Another two angels, Munkar and Nakir. They are specialized in the grave, so everyone will get the chance to see Munkar and Nakir. One will ask questions, and one will punish as well. And there's two other angels, Harut and Marut. Have you heard this before? This is only mentions one in Quran, which is um, 102. Yeah, it's about these angels was sent as a fitna, as a trial. So these angels was actually teaching people how to do black magic, but as a fitna, as a test. So other people will take it or they become kufur. So in one of sometimes I do classes in Indonesia it's about jinn and about ruqyah and about shaitan and so on. This is one of the stories that I always tell, that the black magic is actually happened a long time ago, even during the time of Sulaiman alayhi salam. So the black magic was initially sent to mankind, to these two angels to learn. But again, before they learn, it was told, if you learn this, you become kufur. Yeah. Yes. Harut and Marut. Ridwan is the guardian of paradise, of Jannah, and Malik is the guardian of hellfire. Yeah, so, and above, I mentioned previously that angels always associated with beauty, but only Malik, when he was first created and first saw the hellfire, never smiled. So it's only Malik probably associated not with beauty, but the other angels, they are all associated with beauty. Right? Especially Ridwan. Inshallah, we see Ridwan. I mean, we don't have to see Malik, inshallah. All right. In also in this Harut and Marut, in the same ayah, it mentions about, the biggest achievement of Satan is to separate between husband and wife. Yeah, so this is again almost in every sort of every community. There's always element of black magic involved, and then some of the black magic either for you to get rich or actually to make someone fall in love with, the separate between husband and wife. Right? And Harut and Marut are the two angels sent by Allah at that time as a trial. All right, another angel which is Rakib and Atid. In Indonesia, we call this Rakib and Atid is another angel, but according to this ayah, is Rakib and Atid. Rakibun Atid is actually the angels who observe, which is Rakib, and writing, which is Atid. We also sometimes refer to this as Katibun Karim. Right? Karim. All right. What are the duties of angels? The duties of angels are, of course, number one, Jibril alayhi salam is to send revelations from Allah to all the prophets since Adam until the end, until Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some of the angels are being given a task to give rains, winds, and clouds, which is Mikael. So basically, looking after the whole universe. And one particular angel is only given one task, which is to blow a trumpet. This is Israfil. And when the trumpet was blown, that is the end of it. This will be the Qiyamah. Malak al-Maut, or the angel of death, is to take the souls. This is the Rakib and Atib, as mentioned to you. This is the Kiraman Katibin, which is the recorder of our. Hopefully, we have all our the right angels working more than the left angel, inshallah. What are the other functions or duties of angels? They do protect a human being. So Allah sent us as a protection for human being. All right. There's one angel in here. Min baini yadai wa min khalfi. There's one in front of you and one behind you. All right. So this the purpose is to protect us. Another angels, which is to carry the throne of Allah, as I mentioned to you, which is between the airlock and the shoulder, is about 700 years of journey. Kemudian another group of angels who Allah sent to just go around the earth to find people who make gatherings. Inshallah, one of the gatherings that we have, inshallah, is one of these gatherings where Allah's name is mentioned, and it's a gathering of knowledge, a gathering of remembrance of Allah, and these angels will come and put their wings around us, then they make dua for us, so we all be forgiven. This is one of the angels the task of the angels. Another angel is to guard mountains. This is particularly doing this the story of Prophet Muhammad when coming back from Taif, and he was blood, he was bleeding and everything, and then angel Jibril came, and I have this, the guardian of the mountain. You just tell him, he will crush the Taif, right? So Rasulullah says, no, I'm not sent for that. So there is an angel to look after mountain. There are angels that Allah created just only to worship Allah, only to make tasbih, only to make ruku and sujud, yeah, from the creations until the end of time, until they die. All right. Now we have already understand some of the angels, the names of the angels. They're all again based on the narration from Al-Quran and the Sunnah. The third topic we're going to talk about today is about the stories of the angels. Many stories of the angels is recorded in the Hadith. I think everyone still remember the first encounters of Prophet Muhammad with Jibril, when the surah, which surah is it? Iqra bismi rabbikal ladzi khalaq, khalaqal insana min alaq. That's the first encounter, and you can imagine the first encounter was Rasulullah was actually was how do you say that, is being raised here right in the middle of the night. It was dark. It was definitely fear, right? So there was the first encounters of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam with Jibril. The house of Abu Ayyub. There's one story. I don't know whether you've heard this before. This is, I think, I like this story. This story is when Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came to Medina. He stayed in Abu Ayyub al-Ansari. And Abu Ayyub al-Ansari has a house which is a two-story house, which is not common during at that time. And Abu Ayyub says to Rasulullah, it's easy for you. Why don't you just stay on the first floor and just do the second floor? All right, that's fine. That's good arrangement. And then after a few weeks, and Abu Ayyub al-Ansari suddenly realized, hang on, we are actually walking above the head of Rasulullah. This is not right. This is not right. And then he came down, Ya Rasulullah, I cannot do this, right? You have to go upstairs. I'll stay downstairs. No, it's easy for me downstairs. I can accept guests and everything. So, no, Rasulullah. So this is like obedience out of respect, right? Disobedience out of respect. And finally, Rasulullah went up there. And Abu Ayyub Ansari every morning brings some food to Rasulullah, and then we come down with some leftover, and Abu Ayyub will eat from there. And every day is like that. one day after Abu Ayyub sent the food there, and the whole food still intact come down. And Abu Ayyub was surprised what happened here. So he went up and said, Ya Rasulullah, what happened? What's wrong with the food today? Why didn't you touch it? Apparently there was garlic. Garlic? Is garlic haram? No, no, apparently Rasulullah says, I talk to someone that you don't talk to. It means angel. So the garlic is actually the garlic that they use is the raw garlic. It's not the garlic that we use in biryani and so on. So our garlic is safe. So that is a raw garlic, and even then, Rasulullah did not say it's haram. So even the raw garlic is, but I don't think we have problem because the garlic that we have is a cooked garlic anyway. So it's not raw garlic. So your garlic, your biryani and my biryani inshallah still halal, still safe. All right, the Hadith Jibril. This is when Jibril came as a human being and went to visit Rasulullah and asked about Islam, Iman, and yeah, Muhammad, what is Islam? Islam means to make testimony that Allah is the only God to be worshipped, and Prophet Muhammad is the messenger. And what is Iman? Iman is believing in angels, believing in Allah, believing in Allah, believing in angels, and so on. And what is Ihsan? Ihsan is you worship as if you see Allah, if not Allah sees you. Right after that person's living, as do you know who that person is? Allah, only Allah and his messengers know. That is Jibril come to you to teach about this religion. So this known as Hadith Jibril. And there is another story is about at the time Rasulullah SAW was with Jibril, and Jibril mentioned you should see what happened when Fir'aun was about to die. And Jibril told it was at the time was Fir'aun after when chasing Prophet Musa, and it was the sea was split, and then the sea was released again. And at that time Fir'aun was I was so scared. Jibril say I was in fear that Fir'aun, let's say La ilaha illallah, then make tawbah, that Allah will forgive him. So I kicked the dirt from the sea, so the mouth is full, so he will not say. Of course, at the time it was near death, the tawbah will not be accepted. But if you really think about it, this hadith, right? That who's Firaun, by the way? The Firaun is the person who killed babies. You have to have like what kind of hearts? What kind of heart that you kill babies, like massive, the whole babies you kill, right? Not only that, on top of that, Firaun declared himself as God, right? So even Satan probably will ask for autograph from him, right? To that level, right? But Jibril said he feared that when he say La ilaha illallah, Allah will forgive that. Subhanallah, if you think about that, if we just reflect that for a few seconds, the merciful of Allah, the Al-Ghafur, you just I was just thinking to myself just before when I was writing this, you have to be absolute losers for us not being forgiven by Allah. Seriously. Just this, like even Fir'aun had a chance to be forgiven. So I ask Allah that we all forgiven. Allah forgive all our mistakes and overlook all our shortcomings. When I was just reading, I was just in tears. I cannot believe that every time I hear the story about this, like, it's really amazing how you have to be an absolute losers for you not to be forgiven. Another stories of angels with the other prophets. Probably just going quickly go through some of them. Idris alayhi salam's he was actually he actually died on the fourth heaven. He was with the angels, and he just traveling into the fourth, and he met Malik al-Maut, and Malik, oh, it's actually your time to die here on the fourth heaven. So there's he died there on the fourth heaven. In fact, during Isra Miraj, Rasulullah met Prophet Idris on the fourth angel. Also, Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he was about to thrown to, not to thrown to hell, sorry, there's a thrown to fire. So there's a mistake there. So thrown to fire, and Angel Jibril came with a, I can help you. So this is just a quick stories on that. Yusuf alayhi salam, when he was still probably 8, 9, 10 years old, when he was thrown away to the old well, he was caught by Angel Jibril. Zakaria alayhi salam, Jibril came to him and gave him a glad tiding that after he making dua that I'm getting very old and my wife is barren and there's no way I can have sons and so on. I asked for uh, for sons and everything, and then an angel came and you have a son, and everyone knows the name is Yahya. Kemudian, and then Maryam alayhi salam, there's a angel Jibril came and bring the news of pregnancy. And also Prophet Isa alayhi salam, brother Isa, is taken by angels to the heaven and then kept to Allah. All right. Another just a quick stories on other stories on Mikael. Apparently, Jibril alayhi salam came twice to wash the heart of Rasulullah, one when he was 5, 6 years old, and one before Isra Miraj. And it was Jibril actually came with Mikael. Israfil, according to Rasulullah, is actually his mouth is already in the trumpet. I just give one signal and everything will. Malak al Maut. There's a story about Sulaiman. I don't know whether we still have time, but probably I'll just skip this one. Another story. Musa alayhi salam. There's a man, is actually an angel, came to him, and because the narration goes, he didn't know he was an angel and he was slapped him. He slapped him, and then even the eyes got popped out. So this is a recorded in Sahih Bukhari. This shows how strong Prophet Musa alayhi salam is. All right. So what is the benefits for us to know all these angels? Rather than asking what is the benefit for us, we'll probably how we can benefit from these noble creations of Allah. I think I just want to change the perception because right now there's, as I mentioned before, there's no way for us to prove it, right? And there should be no human being have been recording to see angels and so on. Unless the story is from Rasulullah, we cannot accept that. So what is the benefit of believing in angels? Let's change it how we can benefit from these noble creations of Allah. The creations of Allah, these angels make dua for us. So how can we take advantage of this dua? One of the dua is to give charity, right? So if we give charities, there are 2 angels sent every day to make dua. Whoever make charities, Allah give them more, right? So whoever teaches Islam, and then even to our children, to our families, and introducing Islam. So that's Allah. So angels of Allah will make dua for them. Whoever come to masjid, especially in the darkness, this is particularly on Fajr prayer and Isha prayer, and angels will make dua for these people. Whoever pray on the first row, angels make special dua, pray on the first row. So if you come to masjid, please fill up the first row. Sometimes people just like actually the first row. Whoever wake up for suhoor time and eat suhoor for fasting, angels make special dua for them as well. Whoever visit the Sikhs, this is even amazing. It's 70,000 people, 70,000 angels will send down. If you visit the Sikh in the morning, it will pray for you until the whole afternoon, until the afternoon. If you visit the Sikh in the afternoon, this is just amazing. 70,000. What time is it now? Have we said all right? Make sincere dua to others, then angels will make sincere dua to you. I remember reading this sort of joke. There's a man, and he was talking to his wife. Well, my friend has not been married, so I think let's make dua for him, and say, Allah give my friend a wife, a good wife, a beautiful wife, and a wife who was And then before he said Amin, the wife smacked him from the back. Don't you know? I know why you make dua. So the angels will make dua to you too as well. So just only a joke. Whoever say Amin in Surah Al-Fatih, when we make prayer, Waladhalin Amin, and then when we say Amin together with the angels, then all the sins forgiven. And whoever make gathering of knowledge and remembrance, and then it will be surrounded by angels, covered with the wings, and the angels will ask, Ya Allah, forgive all the people in that gathering. But there's also one person who just come here. They don't actually want to come here. They just even them forgive. Right. So this is good narration. So if you want to take benefit from all of this, is a lot of things that we can do. Visit the sick. Definitely visit the sick is something that I think even one of the narrations is Allah asked, when I was sick, why didn't you visit me? Ya Allah, why you never did? No, I'll tell you, the Fulan was sick. Why didn't you visit? If you visited, you would sort of seen me there. So visiting the sick is one that making dua for others. I don't know. I think we should be doing more of that. If your friends, if your brothers have financial difficulties, so probably Allah give them wealth, give them this, and it's very apparently, and the angels will come to you too as well. So if you have in financial difficulty, why don't you make dua? Sincerely making dua. You don't have to make dua and then say, last night I make dua for you. No, you don't have to tell them. Just make dua, sincerely make Ya Allah, give this brother of mine wealth and enough wealth and so on and so on. This is definitely that we should be trying to. All right. The I think I cover everything. Yes. The last part. These angels being created as a as a creature of obedience. They don't do anything except following what Allah asks. And there is a narration before the angel tastes the death, because kullu nafsin zaikatul maut, everyone will taste death anyway. The angels will come, Subhanaka ma abdaka haqqa ibadatik, Ya Allah, glorified to you, Subhanallah. We have not worshipped you, Allah, the way you deserve to be worshipped. And when I heard this hadith, is just really shocked me, like what we've done compared to angels in terms of worshiping is nothing, right? Even then, before they died, they says we have not worshipped you enough. So it is, however, we cannot compete with angels. But if we have become a righteous, we can people we can be above angels. We can in Jannah, angels will congratulate us, Salamun alaikum bima sabartum. So that's why what's another narration, when Adam was created, all the Malaa'ikah was asked by Allah to make sujood, to show that is we are actually, if you stay steadfast in the path of Allah and become salih, inshallah, we will see them, and we see all the angels who will come to us and say, Salamun alaikum bima sabartum. Inshallah, may all of us meet in Jannah, and we hear this word from the angels, inshallah. Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. I think that's all. If anyone has any easy questions to ask. Yeah. Yep. Every soul. Yep. Soul means the life that has life. Yeah. That means it relates to life. So anything that has life will be taken away. Everything that is created will be destroyed anyway. So there's one occasion there's only Allah exists. Everything, all His creations will be removed. Anything else? Sulaiman alayhi salam. Ah, yeah. That Sulaiman alayhi salam is there was someone came to Sulaiman alayhi salam, And then there was a guy standing behind Sulaiman, and he said, um, after that person's leave, and he said, I'm not feeling comfortable with the guy. He's always staring at me. I'm so scared. Uh, can you please make me away from this? I'm so scared. Where? Anywhere. So Sulaiman asked, use wing to deliver this. I think it's going to way all the way to up to, I think around India or something, right? And then when he reached India, and then he died, right? So then after that, the Malakal Maut came to Sulaiman. Apparently, that guy was supposed to die today, but he's supposed to die in India, not here. So um, so that's why I was staring at him, and you actually helped me to send him to India. So when he reached there, he died there. So when the time for us to go, we will go, right? So that's just the quick story of that. Yeah. About Sulaiman alayhi salam and Malak al Maut. Yeah.
So I think then we will inshallah end it there.
Yep.
Just a few quick announcements, and inshallah we'll place Salatul Isha here. Who would like to join, inshallah, please do. Jazakallah khair, Brother Arief. It was very enlightening and a lot of details, mashallah. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Waalaikum salam. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Allah is the one, the one, the one.